Uther versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
I will fight with honor.
Blessing is actually really good against Druid. But it's only like if he doesn't have Living Roots. I might just get Egg, and then it works too. So play abusive, he needs to hero power. Each turn he needs to hero power unless he has something on the board, and it's only Living Roots really. He skips one turn hero powering, he needs to spend a spell to deal with the board afterwards. And then he doesn't develop anything.
Pay attention, class.
It's a quality. Two mana Eviscerate doesn't require any combo. I really need at least one creature on the board, so let's play two. Abusive not so useful if you don't have a board, right?
The land serves me.
If I Blessing I get a 6-3, if I Uldaman I get 3-4, I get a good platform to play Blessing into, and I have Silent Knight. I think I like Uldaman. Saving it for war seems a bit too slow, cause he can't even play it next turn and he might not have it in the hand. And I should be able to deal with war if I have Blessing. Well, let's set up the nice Blessing of Kings.
For justice.
Pay attention, class.
I am ready to learn. I am ready to learn. The makers.
I could just consecrate technically. I shouldn't do it against Druid, this board isn't big enough.
Reporting for duty.
Hammer Cycles. Humility is good right now. Eye for an eye, no. Eye for an eye. So I miss 7 damage, but I need to go for value. You can't lose the board decisively. Let's get hammer.
Silence!
I guess I'll kill the 1/1 now. Hammer will allow me to get Tyrion and Nadath one turn faster, and it's a big deal if you think about it. And Ragnaros.
The land serves me.
Because I can't win these cards I have in hand right now, I don't think.
The light protects me.
He might yag me, but it's so good anyway. Every game. Two secrets, one a second trial. It's okay.
I fight.
Get down! For justice!
Reporting for duty.
If you know that secret trial, you can just make it useless. Well done. $5 from True Silver. Hi Kolento, do you think Tempo Mage will be worth playing this season? I don't think so. I don't think Bumbling Book will be good enough to make Tempo Mage top tier. But what else do we have? Don't even know.
Time waits for no one.
Probably time to start smoking, even if he plays like a 3-2. Ooh.
Put your faith in the light for justice. Reporting for duty. Job done.
Thank you for buybacks, True Silver. What Hana deck you think will be great this season? I don't know. I really don't think that like heavy trap Hana is a thing, because you're always forced to play traps early anyway, because it's your 2-drop and you play 2 drops on 2. You'll play a lot of traps, you can't refill the hand. So it's really like situational, and even if you get like a bunch of traps, you still need to get the 3-4 Huntress. But what Hunter did get is a 1/1 Death Rattle for 2 mana, Kindly Grandmother. So this card seems really strong for a regular Hunter with Houndmasters. So you'll probably see just a regular Hunter with this extra 2-drop, and it should add like a bit of a strength to a regular Hunter, so you don't need to play huge dot anymore. And it should probably be good enough to make Hana top tier. That's what you were saving Equality Consecration for. He's just dead, right? Whatever.
Test me for justice.
Don't want to show my hand. Strong moves, too bad you're dead.
Uther versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
You feel that this variation is better than Marlock 1?
With honor.
You shouldn't ask these questions about an unknown deck no one ever played. It really requires about... I mean, if deck is terrible, you can just tell it almost immediately. Like 10 games should be enough. If deck is kind of decent, then it's really difficult to say how strong the deck is if you think about it. Because you remember Nazat's Paladin? Everyone was thinking it's super great, and now after like 2 months, after 2 months or like months and a half, people finally recognize that probably it's like a good deck, but not a top tier and can be countered by OTK decks. So is there really a reason to play it? Is it really good enough? So you can't really ask such questions about deck which weren't played widely and tested a lot, and if it's decent. Is it better than already tested deck? Can't say that anything is top tier, so... What does he want to do on 3? Hero power? I guess it still makes sense, even the hero power. And his hand is just such a garbage, man. I'll need a hero power on 3 as well, so I can deal with 3-5. I can just start hitting the 1-1s, since he will not give me a 1-1 even if I play it. In this case... Weapon situation is strong, but having 4, as you can see, can suck sometimes. I think having 4 is fine, that's what you should do in this deck. If you get 2 weapon, it's okay. If you get 3 weapon, well, I mean, it's really unlikely that it happens. Consecration will be nice. No.
For justice.
The land serves me.
No 2-2.
Reporting for duty.
Like, odds of just getting such a hand extremely small. But I drew it. How often it happens, you can only determine it. I guess you can count. It's like when you never keep like heavy creatures in your open hand unless you play against Warrior, keep Tyrion, right? But so it is for other decks as well. It can happen when you draw this way. Let's count the amount of cards which will be dead, including 6 drop. Let's say 5 is okay, and there's only one 5. So you have like 2 6, 3 6 drops, and 3 8 10 drops. So 6 cards you can play until turn 6. I might want to leave this. You can still double trade, but it saves me some life. It makes sense. If I play Sylvanas and he passes, I'm in a terrible spot. If I kill the 5-4, I can't even trade it off, I'll need to take more damage. Yeah, so let's say my Cycle Cthulhu deck has Twin Emperor, Doomcaller, Shieldbearer, Emperor Torison, Cthulhu. Right, so my Cycle Warrior deck has 5 dead cards until turn 6. And it doesn't have any 5 drops. So odds of you drawing dry is extremely small. Even smaller than in this deck. But you have much more cycle. right? So it's about same, including the cycle.
The light shall bring victory. I will.
And it's really not only about Oscar playing priest. No wonder he's rank 490. This situation when you have a dry hand, because against control it's still fine when you have like a heavy hand. Sometimes it's even better than you like start with explosive hand and then have nothing to do.
The light protects me.
I think I'll keep one equality against priest. Must be nice against blade master bullshit. I already have squire. Can even play it if he plays like an Orshia cleric.
I fight.
Reporting for duty.
Like if your early game is underwhelming, it doesn't matter that you have early game, you still get beaten by other aggro decks, right?
Nothing scares me. I fight. Except
The battle.
This way it seems fine. I mean, AoE can only be Alchemist, Soul Priest, or Pyromancer. I guess if Pyromancer happens, I'll still have 1-1 on the board. And Divine Shield will profilate, even if he has like Pyro, Power Shield coin. He has like 2 spells and then obviously sucks. But it should be like 2 Power Shields, otherwise it doesn't make sense.
Do you like to play with fire?
So I only lost this portion of board, right? I mean, it's a strong move. It's a strong card to have Pyromancer Power Shield. I'll need to deal with it anyway at some point. Okay, let's build some more board actually. I like this use of abusive.
Reporting for duty. Job done.
Do you like to play with fire?
2 pyros. Hero power doesn't do much. You can heal and trade. Equality must have been useful, but I guess it's not good against 2 pyros. Again, what are the odds of him getting it?
Funnel cake.
Alright, I'll just play a couple 1-1s and chill.
Reporting for duty.
Why do Blizzard like funnel kicks so much? Like second card says something about funnel cakes. An A developer, I suppose.
Reporting for duty.
And it's only funnel cakes really, no other food, just funnel cakes, straight up. It's a good equality, but I have rag. Let's give him a job, a shot. Stupid useless creature. Wow, you're not alone in your miserability.
Follow the rule. Reporting for duty.
Okay, no wonder he's rank 490. It must be good against paladin, so. Quality of engine is better than quality consecrate.
Reporting for duty.
Make priest great again. There's no point of mind vision being there or 1 mana. It's a waste. It should be 0. It can activate Pyromancer then for free, but you still need to invest a card in order to have this card. And if you recycle it, there's like, your natural deck is always better than a card you'll get from the opponent. Sometimes you can get like a Tyrion. He might have Entomb for Sylvanas, I can do it. I'll just die. Yeah, so sometimes you can get like a Tyrion and super good. But just always, more likely you'll get a Shield Slam from Warrior or Preparation from Rogue.
I have no time for games.
Okay, let's say I play Sylvanas, I play Hero Power. If he hits with Sylvanas, it takes the 1-1. I think I can win this game if he has Sylvanas, Entomb. He can also like... it just won't work. He can also just death his Sylvanas.
Let me think.
I have no time for games.
Reporting for duty. Maggot.
Can draw anything.
The victory is yours.
It's a cool deck. I think I'll play a bit more. I think any priest deck is good against paladin. I mean, if you run Entomb,